cases getting the 1 year. So normally, if the company is very big company, having a lot of factories or lot of lands or lot of daily operations, those company can take the date of 2 years or more than 2 years also. But if a small company which is having say only a piece of land or only FD, a company not doing anything else, then it can be completed in 3 months to 6 months also. So depending upon the size of the business, depending upon the nature of business, the timeline will be set. What is the liquidation process? It is very simple. Process का पहला criteria है कि कंपनी में डिफॉल्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. यदि ये क्वालिफाई करते हैं तब हम लोग लिक्विडेशन की ओर आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. तो पहला पॉइंट है हमें चेक द कंप्लायंस, ये प्री कंडीशन ऑफ बीइंग अ नॉट डिफॉल्ट. यदि आप डिफॉल्ट में नहीं है, आपके डायरेक्टर ने डिक्लेरेशन दे दी, उसके बाद हम लोग एक बोर्ड मीटिंग करेंगे. बोर्ड मीटिंग में इस अप्रूवल को लिया जाएगा कि हम कंपनी में लिक्विडेट करवाना चाहते हैं. उसके लिए कुछ फॉर्म जमा करना पड़ता है GNL2. उसके बाद में मीटिंग के बाद में आप एक जनरल मीटिंग होल्ड करोगे. जनरल मीटिंग में डिसीजन लिया जाएगा कि हम लोग IP को अपॉइंट करना है लिक्विडेटर के हिसाब से, या किसी और सर्विस वेल्यूअर को अपॉइंट करना है, स्टिमुलेशन फीस करने हैं, वो हम लोग जनरल मीटिंग में डिसाइड कर लेते हैं. उसके बाद में हम लोग कंडीशन, हम लोग अप्रूवल लेते हैं क्रेडिटर्स का. क्रेडिटर्स के अप्रूवल के बाद में हम लोग इसको पब्लिकेशन करते हैं जनरल न्यूज़पेपर्स में. दिस इज द नॉर्मल प्रोसेस. Once, according to that, we also go to inform to the IBBI. We also inform to the ROC that such and such person has been appointed as a liquidator, and they will take up the other the matters in separate according to the regulations provided by the IBBI. And once the liquidator is appointed, say for example, Mr. Ajay Shah is being appointed as a liquidator. Then what is the duty of Ajay Shah? Ajay Shah will be doing the first work he will do is he will do public announcement. अब यहाँ पे एक बहुत मुझे लगता है लॉ में कहीं पे छोटा सा करेक्शंस का इंपॉर्टेंस है, because there is certain mismatch which I will discuss in this next slide. What Mr. Ajay Shah will do? Ajay Shah will do public announcement. He will submit the preliminary report within 45 days to the all the contributories, and he is liable to maintain all the books of accounts of the voluntary liquidated company. He has to open a bank account because Ajay Shah will be realizing all the assets lying in the balance sheet of the company. So those proceeds of the assets will be kept in the separate bank account. After that, he will receive all the amount. He will receive all the claims of the creditors who have given the loan to the company. He will pay of them according to their proportion, according to the decision of the subscribers. And once all things is closed, then he will prepare a final report. Final report will say that there is no claim outstanding now, there is no dispute existing as on today, and all creditors have been paid. Now after this complete report, with the application of NCLT1, he will submit the things before the NCLT. And NCLT after getting a hearing of these applications, and after the cross examination of the facts submitted by the liquidator if required, and after considering all the matters, the NCLT will give an order that okay, from this date the company will be deemed to be liquidated. And on getting this liquidation order from the NCLT, the liquidator will submit this order to the ROC in the form INC 28. All the orders of the executing authorities or the judiciary is submitted to the MCA in form INC 28. This is a normal course. This is the process. First, we have to satisfy precondition of no default. Then we convene a board meeting. After the board meeting, we convene a general meeting. We take some certain decision of the general meeting. Friends, general meeting is very important. This is the click point. This is the watch point where from which particular date is stated that liquidation has started. So this is the liquidation commencement date. This is very important date from which we will calculate all the days prescribed by the law or all the regulations or the rules. So the day we hold the general meeting is a very important date. After this meeting, we go for the creditors' approvals, and auditor is appointed, and the liquidator is appointed, and liquidator is going for the public announcement. And after this, certain notification is done to the ROC or the board or the IBBI. Is the normal process. Is closed. Friend, this chart is important for the one particular point of technical discussion. As I told you earlier, that the date of general meeting in which the decision is taken for the liquidation by the shareholders, by the members, we go for the public announcement, means the liquidator go for the public announcement within 5 days. And within 7 days, we have to take the creditor's consent by 2/3 majority. So if the creditor doesn't give the consent, हमने जिस कंपनी से हम लोगों ने लोन लिया हुआ था, वो कंपनी कंसेंट नहीं देती है कि हमें लिक्विडेशन में नहीं जाना, लेकिन मेंबर्स ने अपना परमिशन दे दिया था कि हम लिक्विडेशन में जाना है. So there become a point of dispute between the creditors and the members.
विष्णु जी, आवाज नहीं आ रही आपकी.
I think there is some network issue. I would request to bear with us by the time our speaker get connected again. By the time Vishnu ji got connected, it's a small announcement for all the attendees that from 25th to 28th of the coming week, we have organized a 4-day seminar on information technology with a theme of drive to digitalization, wherein we are covering how to retain your employee by using technology, how you can go digital and what is the requirement of going digital, how to make your office security stronger, with respect to, since everybody is using digital technology right now, so how to keep your password safe and other things. How do you protect yourself from cyber attacks? We are having a session on cloud tools, and we are also having a session on Tally, through which you can generate your schedule 3 balance sheets, as well as integration with GST. And we also have online cloud computing Zoho books. So in all 4 days, with excellent speakers, we have organized this seminar. Pamphlets and flyers are being circulated. We request you all to join. There is no fees for joining, and it's an 8 CP hours program, 2 hours for each day. The program is from 25th of August to 28th of August. Timing is from 3 to 5. If any of the participants has anything with respect to LLP, we can discuss by the time our speaker join in. Sarojbhai, can you answer whether in an LLP, whether we need to get ourselves registered under Partnership Act also or not? Whether a non-registered Partnership Act deed can be suffice enough for registering an LLP? Saruji, you're not audible. For large organization, I would say still a corporate structure, a private limited company or a limited company is more beneficial. But for a mid-size segment, I would say LLP is being adopted by industrialists right now. But as asked by Surana ji, I don't remember any industrial unit having an LLP mode of operation. We are generally finding medium and small sector units wherein turnover is less than 100 crores are generally being there in an LLP segment. Because as our speaker was also saying that bankers are not very much reluctant or convenient with the LLP structure right now, because still there is no guarantee of a fixed investment by the promoters. The funds can be withdrawn. There is no limitations on or any I would say any regulatory norms wherein you cannot withdraw your capital. As we see in a private limited company or a limited liability partnership, in a limited company, if you have raised any capital, you cannot withdraw that capital or you cannot squeeze that down that capital. So bankers are more easy in making the promoters invest through equity capital, which is not possible in LLP. I'm trying to connect to Vishnu ji, but we are unable to connect to him. I'll try once more. We just got connected with Vishnu ji. He is connecting in 1 or 2 minutes. And as said by Surendra Surana ji, that's true that all our big four chartered firms are LLPs. I think once the LLP concepts got in, the chartered accountants who are giving, other than the audit services, the general services, have converted their firms into LLPs. Most probably, I would say that since capital requirement is not that much high in a professional or service making industry, but where capital requirements is there and bank loans would be required by the industrialist, I would say still private limited companies will be more beneficial.
It was suddenly disconnected. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I was trying your phone for quite some time. We got disconnected for almost 7 to 8 minutes. Did we lost him again? I guess we have lost Vishnu ji again. दोबारा डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया सर.
this is the negative part of the technology.
True, sir. Actually, I also was disconnected for 10 minutes. My whole area's network was down. So I was trying with my mobile network that was not getting connected.
फायदा ये है कि हम सबको जोड़ लेते हैं, लेकिन नुकसान ये कि गए तो गए. Anyway, sir, time is already over. I would request if any queries is with you. Although I had lot of FAQs, but I am unable to share here. But yes, I can take up the questions.
So a few questions were there in the chat box which I recorded. I would just repeat. LLP incorporated on 20th of October of financial year. When do it require to file its first statement of accounts and annual returns? That is the first due date of filing after formation.
Gap of 18 months can be taken in the case of first filing. 18 months.
18 months can be taken. Whether any entity which has objectives like charitable or religious trust or other entity not for profit objectives would be able to set up under LLP Act. I think you have answered this. Section 8 companies or charitable and religious trust cannot form LLP. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, you're right.
Pooja Agarwal ji has asked, can a sole proprietorship be converted to LLP?
No.
He needs to add another partner, then he can, I think, take over.
First you have to be partner, because LLP is a partnership firm.
Right.
Partnership convert to the LLP.
Then the business can be takeover once a partnership has been formed. CK Chandak ji, in LLP, if one partner wants to retire, another wants to join, then what is the process for that with respect to GST and income tax?
इससे कोई मतलब नहीं, जीएसटी तो एलएलपी का होता है. यहाँ पे बात है कि एक नया पार्टनर आ रहा है, एक नया दूसरा पार्टनर जा रहा है. यहाँ पे इनकम बेस इन्वॉल्व हो सकता है, जो कि इनकम बेस में आपको जो लायबिलिटी वगैरह होती है उन्होंने डिस्कस सेपरेटली कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि वी हैव नॉट टच्ड द इनकम बेस पार्ट दिस हियर.
And so GST also, I would just add up that he has to remove the old partner and add up again the new partner.
GST compliance के point of view से.
Compliance point of view.
Within
30 days.
That's okay.
And submit the revised LLP agreement in the GST portal. Ajay Agarwal ji, in case of merger of two LLPs, what are the income tax implications in view of the position that corporate mergers are specifically exempt by Income Tax Act in shareholders' hands, but no such law for LLP mergers? In case of merger of two LLP, what are the income tax implications in view of the position that specifically exempt by Income Tax Act?
You are not audible, Vishnu ji.
Shareholders,
but no such. मैं क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ.
मैं क्वेश्चन में दोबारा पढ़ रहा हूँ. इसमें लिखा है
अजय जी है क्या लाइन पे?
अजय जी, आर यू देयर?
मैं हूँ.
प्लीज एक बार अपना क्वेश्चन रिपीट कीजिएगा ना.
जैसे कंपनीज मर्जर होती हैं, मर्जर टैक्स न्यूट्रल, बट एलएलपी के लिए वैसा कोई एग्जेम्पशन स्पेसिफिकली है नहीं.
अच्छा.
एलएलपी के मर्जर के केस में तब जो एसेट्स ट्रांसफर होंगे एलएलपी टू विद बिटवीन वन एलएलपी एंड द रिजल्टिंग एलएलपी, उनका टैक्स इम्प्लीकेशन होगा. और मेरे हैंड्स में मैं तो 10 का 2 में होल्ड कर रहा हूँ, मेरे हैंड्स में टैक्स इम्प्लीकेशन होगा.
वो तो जो है ना, जैसे आप 10 का 2 में होल्ड कर रहे हैं, वो तो आपको इंडिविजुअल लेवल में चला गया.
नहीं, नेचुरली, लेकिन जब एलएलपी मर्ज हो रही है, देन आई एम गेटिंग दिस न्यू एलएलपी स्टेक. तो इन शेयरहोल्डर्स हैंड्स एज वेल एज इन एलएलपीज हैंड्स, वो टैक्स इम्प्लीकेशन क्या है उसका, वेदर इट इज टैक्स न्यूट्रल, बिकॉज़ कंपनी के लिए स्पेसिफिक
कंपनी में तो टैक्स न्यूट्रल है. सेक्शन 47 टैक्स न्यूट्रल के लिए बोलता है. और आपका जो पॉइंट है कि मर्जर में अलग से, एलएलपी में अलग से नहीं बोला है, तो जो कि कुछ इम्प्लीकेशन जो सेक्शन 47 के हैं आपके एलएलपी में भी लगेंगे. लेकिन ये भी चुकी है ना, केस टू केस डिसीजन लिया जाएगा, क्योंकि कंपनी केस में तो आपको एक्सचेंज रेशियो डिसाइड होता है. एलएलपी केस में एक्सचेंज रेशियो नहीं होता.
अब सपोज प्रॉपर्टी एलएलपीज हैं, 2 प्रॉपर्टी एलएलपी मर्ज हो रही है, तो उसमें तो देयर इज ह्यूज वैल्यूएशन डिफरेंस इन बुक वैल्यू एंड मार्केट वैल्यू.
हां बिल्कुल होगा.
तो
वहां पे स्टैम्प ड्यूटी लग जाएगी.
स्टैम्प ड्यूटी तो कंपनी में भी लग रही है, लेकिन वो टैक्सेबल ट्रांसफर ट्रीट होगा क्या? जैसे कंपनी के लिए तो इट इज नॉट ट्रीटेड, इज नॉट अ ट्रांसफर बिकॉज़ ऑफ स्पेसिफिक प्रोविजन.
वो जो कांसेप्ट है ना, जो बेसिक कांसेप्ट ऑफ ट्रांसफर, वो एलएलपी में भी है.
ये लेकिन वो स्पेशली कवर्ड तो नहीं है.
दिस ट्रांसफर भी लोग अपने जैसे अभी पढ़ा ना हम लोगों ने कि सॉरी, इसमें लिक्विडेशन में था, वो एलएलपी का जो दूसरे एलएलपी से मर्ज हो रहा है, अल्टीमेटली हो तो एनसीएलटी के अंदर में ही. जहां पे एलएलपी एक्ट साइलेंट है, उस केस में हम लोग जो उसको सिस्टम हम लोग एलएलपी कंपनी से लेंगे, और अथॉरिटी आल्सो सेम. तो वो तो टैक्स न्यूट्रली बात जो आपने बताई ना, वो आपको सेम ही रहेगा यहाँ पर भी. फिर भी चूंकि एलएलपी में स्पेसिफिक नहीं बोला हुआ है, नहीं
हाँ, तो फिर वो जो स्पेसिफिकली बोला नहीं, हाउ कैन वी रीड इट इनटू द एक्ट, जो बोला हुआ ही नहीं है।
हाँ ठीक है आपके, लेकिन हम लोग इम्प्लीकेशन इसका जो ना जो अपने कंपनी में लगता है वैसे इसको लेते हैं सर।
वो ठीक है, बट आई थिंक
अभी ऐसे बहुत कम मर्जर भी काफी कम हुए हैं इसके, तो अभी भी कोर्ट काफी क्लियर नहीं है इस केस में, लेकिन आपका जो
वहाँ ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम आएंगी। बाकी
हाँ।
तो मान लीजिए करंट एसेट्स में कोई वैल्यूएशन गैप होता नहीं है।
मैं तो प्रॉपर्टी में आती है, फिर बुक वैल्यू हम लोग दिखा रखे हैं, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन आपका बढ़ जाता है, तो उसका जो गैप होता है ना,
पहले की प्रॉपर्टी
उसी
है,
गैप का मेन आता है उसमें।
हाँ हाँ
हाँ, वो तो कैसे आता नहीं है। यू आर राइट सर।
Another question from
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Another question is from Rajat Goenka ji. How to surrender PAN of company in case of conversion to LLP?
To LLP.
Yeah.
जो प्रोसेस वैसे सरेंडर करेंगे सर इनकम टैक्स में। आपका नया सर्टिफिकेट तो आ चुका होगा LLP वाला, और कंपनी का तो वो एक्टिव होगा नहीं, तो जो नॉर्मल सबमिट सरेंडर करते हैं वैसे इसमें सरेंडर करेंगे। हालांकि जब फर्म कन्वर्ट होती है LLP में, उस केस में आपका पेन चेंज होता है, लेकिन जब कंपनी जब LLP में कन्वर्ट करते हैं या फिर LLP टू कंपनी कन्वर्ट करते हैं, उस केस में वो पुराना वाला पेन आपका नॉन एग्जिस्टेंस मान लिया जाएगा वंस यू गेट द फ्रेश सर्टिफिकेट। तो उसको जो नॉर्मल सरेंडर प्रोसेस इनकम टैक्स का वैसे करेंगे, नो स्पेसिफिक प्रोसेस की इसको अलग से कुछ करने का है।
कंपनी भी LLP में जब मर्ज हो जाएगी, इन दैट केस आल्सो पैन आल्सो गेट्स चेंज्ड, बिकॉज़ LLP के अंदर में पार्टनरशिप फर्म का पैन नंबर आ जाएगा, एंड इन केस ऑफ कंपनी।
आप कन्वर्जन बोल रहे हैं, मर्जर नहीं बोल रहे हैं आप?
नहीं, कन्वर्जन बोल रहा हूँ सर।
कन्वर्जन केस में वो पेन पुराना वाला पेन सरेंडर हो जाएगा इनकम टैक्स में।
हाँ, एंड नया पैन जो LLP का रहेगा दैट विल बिकम एक्टिव। Friends, मेरे पास I had this much questions only due to connectivity. I could not record any more chats. If you had any question, you can unmute and ask. Otherwise, we'll quickly wrap up the session.
I tried to cover within the time, but many things left. I couldn't touch it.
Yeah, 5 to 7 minutes I think we lost because of connectivity issue.
Yes. वो जो ये जो अपने टॉपिक पे ना, टॉपिक इज वेरी वेरी ब्रॉड.
Right.
Our single topics need 2-3 hours. So we try to just touch upon it.
I would request my co-convener Sarosh Waika ji to sum up and offer a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Naveen. Vishnu ji, thank you. Thank you very much. Session was very interactive, of course in detail, to my satisfaction along with my all fellow members' satisfaction, hopefully, because there are no further questions. To sum up, Vishnu ji has discussed the various methods, processes with respect to LLP formation. He has discussed the tax benefits of LLP. He has also touched upon the comparison chart between OPC, LLP, private company, public companies, etc. He has discussed what are the annual compliances with respect to LLP, how LLP is formed, do we need commencement certificate as we require in private limited and public limited companies or not. Every doubt has been cleared in his detailed discussions. How to convert partnership firm into an LLP or a company into an LLP. He has discussed the eligibility criteria for companies for conversions. He has also discussed the compliance aspects of LLP, the annual filings, penalty provisions, what are the due dates, etc. with respect to annual filings. He has also discussed in detail what are the exit options available once we are not intending to continue with LLP. He has also discussed the process of dissolution of LLP, how to get dissolution done. He has also discussed how an LLP can be merged with an LLP. He has discussed many live examples in his frequently asked questions along with his answers from the house as well as him. He has also discussed certain case laws of merger with respect to LLPs. He has discussed the voluntary liquidation part. He has discussed and cleared the concepts of liquidation, winding up, and dissolution available in Companies Act. He has discussed the advantages and opportunities available to us professionals with respect to voluntary liquidations. He has also discussed what are the grounds required for once we go for voluntary liquidations. He has discussed in details who can apply for voluntary liquidation. He has also touched up different aspects, and he has also discussed who are the participants during this voluntary liquidation process. He has answered to all the questions raised from our members who were attending these sessions. With this, I personally thank Vishnuji on behalf of Use Exchange CS Study Circle.
Thank you so much, sir.
I also thank all the participants who have attended this. I also again thank Naveen Khemka, our convener, all the past presidents of Use Exchange, Surana ji, Jawar ji, who are present here, for attending the sessions and making it a lovely session. Thank you all. Thank you, Vishnu.
Stay safe, stay all. Thank you so much.